So what was the first thing that you did after reaching to the South Pole?
After reaching to the South Pole, I think I said a little prayer. How grateful I am to be reaching there, because anything can happen, and in the outdoors, it was a big task. I think one of the biggest achievements of my life. So I was grateful that I did that, and like God helped me out in that, or Hanumanji, or whichever God you believe in, and all the gods of Antarctica. So I said that first thing. I think that was my first reaction.
Right. And you put a Indian flag also there?
Yeah. We took photographs with our own respective countries, and then we took group photographs holding our flags also.
What was the mode of communication in your expedition?
We were using satellite phones.
Okay. And you called your husband? Husband must be. When you reached to the South Pole?
Yeah, after I reached the South Pole. Actually, we had a satellite phone, but we were not talking with our families, because that can be a distraction. And right now our focus was, lots of things keep on happening. Small little tidbits happen in a family. Everybody knows that. And then you go and call your mom or your dad, and then your husband, then they'll say this is going on. Then you just get distracted. And we were putting all our energy. We were actually accomplishing a great task. So all our energy was going into that. So we didn't phone, but we used to phone our operators, our at the base camp, and tell them where our position is, exactly grid reference, and that everything is okay.
Okay.
Yeah, and then on the Christmas Eve, we got the chance to speak to our family, and then on 29th of December when we reached.
Now tell us, Reena, about your team members, because it is very important for the team to be coordinated among themselves.
So we were all from different countries, but the thing was common was that we spoke a common language, English, from Commonwealth countries only. And so once you're in the outdoors or in the mountaineering, it doesn't matter what religion or caste, creed or color of anything. Nothing matters. Actually, what really matters, you would like to have some person in your tent who is humorous, who doesn't get grumpy, and who's helpful.
Okay.
Who can understand your problems, like if you're, like our tent mate, she was having a stomach ache. So we carried a load for her, because it was a problem for her to pull the sled. And then there were lots of problems, like somebody else was having knee issues, like serious knee issues. Again, we all carried, and nobody was grumbling that, oh, we have to carry a load. This is not done. And everybody was like, okay, all of us have set out together, and we will reach the South Pole together. That is the goal, and we are a family. So,
and did you feel some extreme physical condition like this? Like a knee problem?
No, I was, there were blisters right from the start. And then one of my ski was troubling me. So my right ankle was paining like unbearably. So I was taking some painkillers to... then we tried changing skis from somebody else, so that it becomes okay, and kind of worked, whatever options are working, you have very limited options. Only big thing is that support of each other is there.
Okay.
Yeah.
And who was the Aunt Agnes in your team?
So we were carrying 2 tents. So
okay.
There were four initially. And from our tent only, the girl from Jamaica, she had to leave. Kim, she was from Jamaica, she had to leave because she had frostbite. So actually in our team, there was only 3 of us. I had a New Zealand girl, Kylie, and I had another girl from London.
Okay.
So Helen. So we were, 3 of us were all the time chattering, and...
You 3 were the best buddies during the expedition,
and
out of the 8.
Yeah, because we were put in the same tent.
Okay.
Now, another thing about the expedition was that we were walking in a single file with a little bit of distance. So a person in the front was opening the route for 1.5 hours. And then we'll have a break of 7-8 minutes, and then the next person will open the route. And since we were walking in a single file and it was very, very windy, we never had any chance to talk. So for 7-8 hours, we were just walking, skiing through that, and no talking to each other.
Okay. In one stretch, you used to walk for 7 to 8 hours.
Yeah, 7-8 hours sometimes. Initially, we started with 5 hours, and 6 hours, 7 hours, and 8 hours also.
Right. And how are your team members now? Are you still in touch with them?
Yeah, we became so close. Actually, that's a fact of life. If you go through some difficulties with people, it can be in your home, or it can be in outdoors, wherever. If you're going through a lot of challenges through that people, those people become very close to you.
Exactly. Difficulty
So,
or the pain binds you
yeah,
together better than
yeah,
the, happy times.
yeah. So the hard times bind you. Also, we are still very much like soul sisters.
Very
Yeah.
nice. Okay, so you were telling us about an institute of mountaineering which is coming up in Munsiari, Uttarakhand,
Yeah.
another landmark for Uttarakhand. And you are going to be the OSD of
Yes.
this institute, the name of which is Pandit Nain Singh Surveyor Mountaineering Training Institute. Quite a blendy name, isn't
Yes,
it?
it's a little long name. It's a Pandit Nain Singh. He was a surveyor, very famous of the 19th century, and he surveyed Tibet.
Okay, so is the institute ready?
Institute, no, some parts of the building are still to come up, and so the building still has to be handed over to us.
Okay, tell us more about this institute. How much time is it going to take to get ready, get functional fully?
I hope it becomes the building. Once the building is handed over to us, then things will roll smoothly. Then we can have staff, and we can buy lots of equipment, and equip that place also. So that is taking a little bit of time. So hopefully within a year or so it will be ready, and then we can start. It can be fully operational.
So, apart from this particular award, I would say it's an award, what else did you get? You must be awarded for this great expedition that you have taken up, the great pride that you brought to the country. So, what all awards did you get
I
for
got
this?
a number of awards, and I think the most prominent being the Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Award, which I got in 2011 by the then President of India, Pratibha Devi Patil.
And I believe this Tenzing Norgay National Adventure Award is equivalent to Arjun Puraskar.
Yeah, it's the same. Arjun Award is for the sports, and this is for adventure.
Right. Now, one thing I would like to ask you, as a woman of this magnitude, that you have taken this expedition, you have taken care of the environment also during your expedition. What do you think is the cause of problem these days that our mountains are facing in terms of garbage and in terms of human waste? What is the problem?
The problem is basically it boils down to your thinking, your civic sense, and your education, like how you were brought up. Now people, they don't feel bad about throwing, and like even if you want to go, for your morning business, for example, you should know what are the proper ways. Like if you dig a hole, it has to be away from water sources, at least 200 feet away. Then the hole which you dig has to be at least 6 inches deep, and then you have to cover it. But people are not doing that. So it's actually a very sad situation. See, if you are passionate about something, if you love something, then you don't want to dirty it.
Right. The
Yeah.
passion is what lacking. What is lacking?
Passion is lacking. People are becoming very professional minded, as in like, okay, fine, if I do this, I'll do it for record and I'll get a job. But I love doing this. That's why I want to go to the mountains. That kind of spirit is missing somehow.
Okay, so Reena, it was really nice talking to you on this show. And before we say goodbye, I would like you to give a message.
My message to them is to know yourself, first of all, simply put. Search inside of you for answers. Sometimes you will make the wrong choices in life, like I did. That's how I learned. I took up the wrong jobs, but I was still not happy. So I'm looking inside of myself and thinking and reflecting and knowing what actually it is that makes me happy, what it is that sparks the passion in me. So once you come to know that, then you go for it, follow it. It can be mountaineering, it can be swimming, it can be some kind of sports, it can be anything related to science. But know yourself, get the chance to go for these kind of activities which makes you very passionate for them.
And for the women especially?
For the women is like, I would say there's no limitations. That's what, once we reach the South Pole, Felicity Aston told us, now look, this is one of the most difficult journeys that you can make in this world of adventure. And think of this moment. And whenever there are obstacles, think that if I can do this, then I can do anything. So always like think that you're great. You have to think very good about yourself only.
Right.
Yeah, then that will lead you to success.
Okay. So this was Reena Kaushal Dharmshaktu with us, the Queen of South Pole. So thank you so much, Reena. It was such nice pleasure to talk to you on this show at Akashvani.
Yeah, thank you, Minu. I enjoyed talking to you, and I'm grateful to Akashwani for having me here.
Thank you so much.